殺す。おじけづくか。
Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Gambo here and welcome back for a new round of Warlords of Draenor random PvP. But today I'm not going to play my Enhancement Shaman, today I'm not only going to play my Frost Death Knight, but I'm also going to test the Frost Death Knight. Why test? Very simple, because as you know, in patch 6.2.3, which I've recorded this game, and by the way, this is my first PvP game in patch 6.2.3 as Frost Death Knight, or Death Knight at all, we received some buffs. General Blood Boil, Blood Plague, Death Coil, Death and Decay, Frost Fever, Soul Reaper damage was or has been increased by 10%, and especially for Frost Death Knight, Frost Strike, Howling Blast and Obliterate damage has been increased by 10%. So I thought, you know what, let's have a game and let's take a look on how impressive the damage improvement is. And yeah, to be honest, I've expected more. I mean, I have to admit that I feel a little bit clunky and rusty, because yeah, it's quite a while ago that I've played my Frost Death Knight. But still, even so, I mean, look at this here. I've activated all my DPS cooldowns, plus a Berserker. And I don't know, but being careful, I have to admit I'm not really impressed. Maybe it's my fault, maybe I've expected too much, but I would say generally we received a damage buff of 10%, and yeah, I mean, look at this here. So this is without DPS cooldowns. This is only right now with the Berserker buff, and yeah, the damage is not bad. Right now I activated my DPS cooldowns, and yeah, it's not bad, but I mean, Obliterate together with the granted crit, I mean, okay, this was a little bit unfortunate or unlucky for me, because in the moment I've activated Obliterate, he activated his bubble. Okay, no problem with that. So let's take a look on how much damage I do on a target without a bubble. So 33k, yeah, not bad. 17k, 90k, really good. 27k, not bad. But is it really good? Is it really as much as I expected? No, it's not, because I already previously, even without that buff, and even with worst far worst equipment, I've did in the past 80 to 90 90k crits in the past with blue gear, which was item level 700, no, not 700, below. Was it 700, 715, something like that? Probably it was that. I would need to check that to be exact, but I'm absolutely sure about the fact that my equipment there was worst, and I was able to hit and crit targets for 80 and 90,000 points of damage. And in some cases even without a Berserker buff, or without my DPS cooldowns, and only with a Berserker buff, just for an example. So yeah, when I do rewatch, when I watch this video again and see how much damage I do during having the Berserker buff and all my DPS cooldowns active, yeah, I'm a little bit, maybe disappointed is not the right word, because it's not bad damage, but I clearly expected more, to be honest, yeah? I mean, 90k, I did, as I say, 90k in blue gear, which was, as I say, probably something about item level 600, 710, 715, and also with the blue weapon, naturally two-handed blue weapon. So yeah, being fully epic geared with an item level of 730 and having an epic two-handed PvP weapon, also having Berserker buff running as all my DPS cooldowns active, and doing a 90k hit crit. It's not bad, but it would take more to impress me, yeah, or to leave a far more remarkable impression than what it left until now. I mean, okay, this was just my first game in patch 6.2.3, so I don't try to give too much value into that, but as I'm saying, I'm not impressed. Yeah, it's not bad. It's previously, without the patch, I was impressed. I really liked and enjoyed, and I still do like and enjoy my Frost Death Knight. But I'm not really impressed. I've expected more, especially when I do activate all my DPS cooldowns and have Berserker buff running, because I mean, let's compare that to my like the situations we have here. Let's compare that to my enhancement shaman. So let's say I do not even activate all my DPS cooldowns. I activate only my temporary flask for my enhancement shaman, so that I do get another 1000 points of extra agility, which naturally provides me with a huge damage improvements, as it does with, or DPS improvement, as it does for my Frost Death Knight. It's the same thing. When I activate in such a situation my temporary flask, and let's say I have a Berserker buff running, and I have the luxury to hit one target with my Flame Shock, and then I attack it with Lava Lash, so that it maybe spread my Flame Shock to probably 4 to 6 targets. Then, as you know, I will benefit from the improved Flame Shock which every enhancement shaman has, which gives me what is it, 15% chance of resetting immediately the cooldown on my Lava Lash, which means that when it triggers, yeah, I mean, you probably when you do play Enhancer, you know that sometimes you have the luxury to spread your Flame Shock to 4 or 5 targets, or even 6 targets, and every time then your Flame Shock ticks, you get the 15% chance that it immediately resets the cooldown of your Lava Lash, so that you can use it again. And yeah, it's not uncommon that in some situations you stop to use shocks and storm strikes, because you're capable of spamming Lava Lash. And yeah, I've did hits with Lava Lash which were far more impressive compared to Obliteration, where I had all DPS cooldowns running and a Berserker buff. And remember yourself that, or remind yourself on the fact that Lava Lash is an attack that only is provided or done by a one-handed weapon, which I'm also carrying in my offhand. So compared to my main hand weapon, it does less damage. Naturally, being a one-handed weapon, it already does less damage compared to a two-handed weapon, which I'm wearing on my Frost Death Knight. So delivering a 90k hit as a Frost Death Knight is not bad, but it's not as impressive as delivering a 60, 70, 80k hit or even 90k hit. I think I've done a 90k hit on my Enhancement Shaman in the last in my last video, and it was done by Lava Lash with a one-handed weapon, which I'm carrying in my offhand. And this means in offhand, what is it? I think offhand weapons or weapons carried in an offhand do only, what is it, 50%, 75%? I've read quite a while ago about that. So yeah, your offhand weapon does always less damage compared to your main hand weapon. So yeah, delivering a 90k hit on a target with a two-handed weapon, plus a Berserker buff, plus all DPS cooldowns, it's not as impressive as doing such a crit hit with offhand weapon on my Enhancement Shaman, which is only, as I say, a one-handed weapon. So yeah, and also, as you maybe are aware of, there is no, I don't, as an enhancer, you don't have the mechanic like a Frost Death Knight, that you can get a buff called Killing Machine, which grants a 100% chance of a critical hit for your next Frost Strike or Obliteration, or Obliterate, whatever, you know what I mean. So yeah, having the buff running and hitting a target, for an example, for, I don't know, it didn't show it here, for 50k, 60k is not bad, but it also is not really impressive compared to a one-handed weapon. So yeah, I don't know. As I say, I'm not really impressed that we got a 10% buff. We are still a with some luck, we are still a very, very evil hard hitter, yeah? Especially when we do have all DPS cooldowns open so that we can use them, and we also use Cindergrosa's breath. Yeah, then it's not only a hard hitting machine, it's also a burst monster. I mean, most of the time I'm not really, it's hard for me to say how much damage we do with Cindergrosa's breath, but I know that you should not underestimate it. It can get very, very bad, and as you saw in the beginning of this game, I had the luxury to be basically constantly on the heels of my target and keep Cindergrosa's breath running for quite a while, which, yeah, delivers more than just a serious amount of damage to your opponent. But as I say, I mean, did you saw that? This was a 91k crit delivered from me with basically with all my DPS cooldowns running, and the benefit of Killing Machine to a Mistweaver Monk. So yeah, it is a hard hit, 91k, but on the other hand, previously I had a Berserker buff and I delivered only 90k crit hit. So yeah, I'm not really impressed, as I say. So yeah, it is as it is. What shall I say? As I say, I've expected more. Sure, it will take a little bit more than only one game to honestly say something about the buffs we got. But right now I'm not impressed. Yeah, I'm not depressed or disappointed, but I'm not impressed. I'm neutral, because, as I say, the damage I'm delivering right now I already was capable of delivering in the past. So yeah, as I say, I'm just not impressed. Warcraft. And hopefully today I will also get the opportunity to play together with my buddy Nutsian again. And then, yeah, we will make sure that the Evil Alliance will get obliterated, let's say it that way, because as you'll know, and yeah, a few days ago I've showed one of my new followers what might happen when you get unlucky and have the luxury to meet me and Nutsian at the same time. I can tell you that there was once a hunter, very unfortunate hunter. I've pulled him, used basically all DPS cooldowns, and more or less me and Nutsian attacked at the same time, and even in the replay slowed down fully to maximum. It took, what was it, 3 seconds to kill that hunter? He was attacked mainly by me, and I was supported by Nutsian, so there were only 2 of us doing damage to that guy. And even in the replay, slowed down to maximum. It took only, as I say, probably 3 seconds to kill that guy. So in the game, running on 100% speed, it took, I don't know, less than 2 seconds to kill that guy. Which was, yeah, was that kind. I would say this is exactly what you could call having a bad day. Yeah, really, like he got grabbed by myself, pulled, hit, death. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as you probably already noticed, we are coming to the end of this game and also to the end of this video. So all that's left to say is I wish you a wonderful weekend. Hope to see you soon again. And yeah, well, thank you for your attention. Until next time, here's Super Gambo.
おじけづくか。